Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick, a Movie AV Impulse. And if you clicked on the thumbnail because you saw a picture of Taylor Swift, just know you won't find that here. There are plenty of other people doing that review. I am here to bring you a movie that left me with so much anxiety. I was like, man, why is nobody talking about this Screambox Original? And I just figured, well, maybe we need to change the subject. But before we get into it, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, as it does help me in the algorithm. If you like what you see, share with another friend, because this movie just left me with such a wow. I was actually amazed, and the best part about it is it's only 85 minutes maybe, and I love movies that can really get to the point, still keep me interested to want more afterward. And I just love that about some movies. So let's talk about it right after this intro. Oh, and before we finish the intro, please, for the love of Todd, do not watch Heebie-Jeebie TV on Screambox. That is a terrible movie. Stay away from it. All right, go back to the intro. All right, let's touch upon Subject. That is the name of the movie. That is it. There's no there's no nothing. It's just called Subject. If you have Screambox, I definitely recommend you check this movie out. I'm going to get into a little bit of a storyline. I am going to do my best not to spoil it. I may have to drop a couple of spoilers just to get you caught up on the storyline of what's going on, but I will do my best in the ending. I am definitely not telling you, not even if this was a spoiler review, because it is just one of those endings where you're just like, yeah, that happened. You start the movie, you're in the van. This character, Will, he is locked up. He's trying to talk to two other inmates that he's in the van with, and he's being transported to another prison. While he's being transported, he's trying to make small talk with the other people that are in there, because, you know, these are probably people he's going to be around for a long, long time. And the other guy is basically like, hey, you know, don't talk to me, I'll snap your neck, I'll eat you. You know, he says all these crazy things, and, you know, Will just kind of backs off. And then out of nowhere, you just hear like gunshots, but they're like from out of a silencer, so, you know, you get that. And then he opens up the back door, and he's like, who's William? And I forget the guy's last name, I apologize. Who wants to know? And one of the guys asked that, and the dude just shoots the guy. So, you know, Will finally speaks up, and he's like, you know, I'm who you're looking for. And he goes, do you want a reduced prison sentence? And then he's like, what? You know, he's confused. Like, do you want a reduced sentence? You have been chosen for an experiment. All you have to do is this experiment, come with me, and then you'll have a shorter sentence and then be able to get on with your life. Left without a choice, he goes off, and, you know, they can find him to this one room with cameras everywhere. He has basically like a bedroom. So he's got like a little bit bigger than a prison, but not much. In the bedroom, he has, you know, cameras everywhere as well. And the only stipulation to this reduced prison sentence is basically you are by yourself, you're locked up in captivity, but for 10 minutes out of each day, he has to basically do like a journal of like what he's experiencing throughout the day. The bedroom that he has, all he has is a bed, an end table, a lamp, and a TV. But this TV only plays old black and white movies. Now, the thing I love about the story is that you don't know why he is in prison or what he was convicted for until you get to almost like the bitter end, and then you realize why he's in prison. He once upon a time was married and he had 2 daughters. They start to show you like these bits of his life. They basically got a hold of his old camcorder stuff and they're basically showing you like these little clips. So while he's doing like this 10-minute therapy, kind of like what he's experiencing on camera for these, government, is what they call themselves, agency, he's slowly like starting to realize like he doesn't know what to talk about because it's his first couple of days and he's like, what the hell do I talk about? But when they're showing these little movie clips, you slowly start to see him, his wife, and how they met, how they got together. This like really nice, beautiful life that they built together. And then a little bit of a spoiler alert, the wife gets sick and it almost looks like she got diagnosed with cancer. You start to slowly see his life fall apart because his wife is sick. He's got these 2 girls, one being very young. Then he has a 17-year-old daughter. The 17-year-old daughter is basically there trying to help out, and Will ends up getting addicted to heroin. When he's in this room, he's doing the video journal and he starts marking the table with like how many days he's been there. Scientist guy comes in. Oh yeah, by the way, real quick, they feed him 1 hard-boiled egg per day. That is it. That's all you see this guy get. And it's hilarious because they serve it to him on like this, like what you would see in prison tray, on like this little cup that holds the egg, like all elegant like. And that's all they give him, is 1 hard-boiled egg per day. So not only is he starting to slip sort of into madness, he's also not getting the proper nutrition that he should. One of the scientist guy comes in, the guy that actually took him for the program, and he says to the guy, like, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. If you don't answer me or if I think you're lying, I'm going to shock you. So he puts this one little shock thing on his arm. And he asks these random questions. Are you married? Do you have children? Is your name this? Like very simple but weird questions. Then he starts to ask him about his father. And he does that periodically through the movie. So he slowly starts slipping into this like madness / depression. But you start to notice one day he goes in his room, he wakes up, and he sees through the 2-way mirror that there's another person in the room next door to him because there's a 2-way mirror for people to observe him. Well, this is not a person. This is a demon-looking monster. And how they introduce this monster is absolutely brilliant. They just have the lighting perfectly so that you kind of see in the shadows and you get like a glimpse of like maybe a little bit of body feature and like the hand feature and then a little bit of the facial. And then by the end of the movie, you'll slowly start to see more and more of the body. You got to start looking around too, because you'll see this demon thing pop up underneath his bed, pop up behind walls, pop up coming out of walls, like not like walking through walls, I mean like crawling out from a wall that's solid. But as he keeps going in and out, you lose track of days. And this is where my anxiety started to kick in, because there's one scene where he walks in and the table's full and he's just going like, oh my God, how many days have I been here? And then there's another scene where he walks back in and like one whole wall is full of markings and so on and so forth. It gets to this creation of insanity and madness. Scientists, to kind of push him a little bit more, they give him this like tray, and the tray has heroin on it. And that's where you start to see this story unfold. The way that this movie makes you feel at the end of it, it's just like, it was well put together, well written. You want a good, suspenseful, not horror but found footage type of movie, and very, very, very suspenseful, very thrilling, and just the anxiety. My God, I can't tell you enough about the anxiety. But anyways, I hope you really go check this out. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of bits and pieces that I gave you. I know I was kind of all over the place, but that's how I like to do these things, because I want you to go check this out. I want your mind to be going like, okay, why is Nick saying this? Nick, I love that. This is just me being quirky, being myself. Check me out on Wednesday, where I'll be doing a kind of a little bit of a speech of what's going to come on the channel. I got so many ideas, so many different things coming. So I hope you stay tuned for that. And I will see you on Wednesday's video. Peace.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.